Good morning, team. Thank you for joining me on such last-minute notice. ABC Football has been presented with an urgent public-initiated problem which has arisen outside of our organisation and will today unfold in the media, involving a former employee accusing us of a salary scandal. The reasons behind this accusation stem back to the hiring of our new CEO on an increased salary and the subsequent increase to our membership fees as a result of this decision. I can already confirm that all internal laws and guidelines were followed and all costs and changes were approved by the board in the process of making this decision, which has helped us prepare for this crisis. However, it appears that in our communication efforts with our players, we did not provide them with sufficient reasoning for this increase, which has left room for doubt and resulted in this accusation, which unfortunately was a preventable crisis. Despite this not being our intention, we can expect today's media coverage to leave our stakeholders doubting our intentions and also questioning whether we engaged in unethical conduct. Considering the public's knowledge of similar scandals our affiliate FIFA has recently been involved in, and also our ethical responsibility as a not-for-profit organisation to remain transparent and accountable to our stakeholders, this situation increases the threat to our reputation and our relationships with our internal and external stakeholders. As this is an emerging crisis, I'm still working on obtaining the following information to fully understand where we went wrong and to determine the best approach for navigating this crisis. This includes whether the membership fee increase was announced publicly, what the percentage increase was for the membership fee, and confirmation that this is in line with the increase to our CEO's salary and the president's recruitment fee, whether we received any backlash from our members at the time we announced the increase and failed to address it earlier, and also whether any internal employees could have access to these financial documents and could have leaked them. Regardless, it's of utmost importance that we get on the front foot of this crisis, and I believe we can do this by implementing a justification strategy across all of our crisis communication responses today with our publics. This will allow us to state our position and truth in an initial statement, while also giving us time to continue investigating and then make another statement later if necessary, without negatively impacting our reputation and relationships even further, or the well-being of those directly affected, namely our members, our employees, and our corporate sponsors. Despite these groups being of primary importance, the first person we need to indirectly address is the ex-employee of ABC Football, who is at the centre of this crisis, as he is at high risk of continuing to publicly damage our reputation. Considering the allegations against us, we want to have full control over the message that we put out there to protect and defend our reputation. To do this, we need to prepare and send a media statement to the journalist who's covering the story online this morning and later this evening on TV. This statement should firstly confirm that all internal guidelines were in place and were followed, while reassuring our stakeholders that we do take these allegations seriously. Secondly, as the news outlet running the story has a wide reach, it's likely the majority of our stakeholders will form part of their audiences today. As such, this statement needs to successfully reassure our stakeholders that our priority has always been to grow our organisation and opportunities to benefit our players. And to do this, we need someone of the highest calibre who has the capability of growing our organisation from the grassroots up. Unfortunately, we cannot guarantee that the journalist will include the full statement in the coverage, so we need to upload a copy of this statement to our website and provide the journalist with the link. Once we've publicly issued our media statement, our priority needs to be on providing trustworthy information for our current members and repairing that relationship, as they're going to feel shocked, blindsided, betrayed, and quite possibly angry once they hear this news, especially given their assumed knowledge about FIFA's scandals. To regain their trust, we can adopt an assurance approach by communicating the key message: by putting your trust in us, you're unlocking the door to your future in football. Considering the demographic spectrum of our members, we want to guarantee all members receive our response. And we know that the best way to do this is by posting our media statement across our social media channels such as Facebook, and by sending an email to everybody. Our members are familiar with visiting our Facebook page for trusted updates and information. And by publishing a media statement on that page, we're encouraging two-way communication, and it shows that we're open to discussing the issue. Sending an email with the same information as what's contained in the media statement, but by adopting a more conversational tone, will also help strengthen our relationship with our members. Both these forms of communication reveal our commitment to transparency and to our members, and it'll reduce their level of uncertainty and confusion, thereby repairing our relationship with them. By maintaining a strong relationship, our members are more likely to stay with us and also to recruit others, which helps us achieve our organisational goal of remaining the state's leading football league. We also need to urgently address our current employees. We can expect that following this news coverage, our employees, by association, are going to feel vulnerable and embarrassed to work for a not-for-profit organisation involved in a salary scandal, which by nature shifts their perception of us from trustworthy and reliable to deceptive and dishonest. Additionally, at this stage, we are unsure whether the former employee gained the knowledge through internal aid, which would reveal a clear sense of dissatisfaction and a lack of trust that our employees have in us to make executive financial decisions. To repair these perceptions and increase that satisfaction and trust, we need to adopt an assurances and openness and disclosure approach. To do this, the key message we need to communicate to our employees is your commitment to us matters, and so does your voice. ABC Football is better because of your feedback. To effectively communicate this message, I suggest we email every staff member this afternoon, acknowledging the media coverage and explaining the reasoning behind the increase to our membership fees. This will equip them with the accurate information to also ease their concern in dealing with this in their personal life. We also want to create a safe space for our employees to raise concerns like this in the future, including access to our HR department, and also by creating a Google form where they can anonymously submit feedback, which can then be addressed in monthly board meetings. This information also needs to be in that email. Both these methods will show that we value their feedback and we listen, and this will help us repair those relationships with our employees by improving satisfaction and improving trust, ultimately creating a healthy work environment and a secure workforce, which is essential to our success. Lastly, we also want to address our corporate sponsors. We rely heavily on our sponsorships to continue our operations, and it's imperative that those relationships remain healthy and strong long term. It's vital that the perception of our corporate sponsors is not that we are funneling money to the top without any benefit to our members and the game itself, as they will not want to be seen supporting that kind of behaviour. This is why I propose we issue a statement to each corporate sponsor via email, acknowledging what has happened and reassuring them that all appropriate guidelines are in place to ensure due diligence is carried out, and reiterating the importance of their sponsorships in helping us achieve our community-focused goals. Further, once this is blown over, I propose we then organise a Meet the CEO re-education campaign. Our management team can oftentimes be disconnected from our grassroots members, and with a community-focused goal, we absolutely need to bridge that gap. Not only will this help put a face to the name, but it will also give our CEO the opportunity to address what he brings to the role and how passionate he is to help expand our league and grow opportunities for our members through all the ranks, from grassroots up. Thank you.